we will learn about Python files and modules. I hope you have got it already worked with previous topics, which we have already worked before. That is show all. Okay. Okay. All right. So if I talk about Python files and modules, so let's first talk about file handling. Okay. So how to work with inputs and outputs of the files. Okay, so I'll just write down, refactor the name over here and rename. Yeah. So Python file handling. Okay. So talking about Python file handling, like we know how to take in inputs and how to work with them. Writing back the answers, we can interact from the Python console terminal. So just not that, when we talk about a really huge data set, or let's say we talk about something which we need to show it in a proper way, we really need to put it somewhere. I mean, definitely everything has a limited amount of data can be displayed, right? The terminal is not that big that you can see a lots and lots of data properly. So for that, we have introduced files. So today, what we will be doing over here, we will see how to open a file, read or write a file, make a file, like everything about files. Simple. Okay. So, first of all, what do we need to do if we need to open a file? Okay, so let's say I'll write down, right now I do not have any file currently. We will definitely make it. Okay, so let's start. I guess it's visible for you. Yeah. Okay, let me take the whole screen. File. What? Why? Okay, cool. So file is equal to, let's say, let me try opening a file. For that, I'll write down file.txt and I'll open it to just read. So this is basically saying that I'm opening the file to in the reading mode. Okay, so if we open the file, then what should we print? We should print that file opened successfully. Okay, now I'll right click and run. See, file not found error. That means there is nothing known as file .txt. So let me just create a new normal text file, file.txt. Okay, so this is my file.txt, and let me write down my name is Simran, Control S, and I come back here and I run it. File opened successfully. That means now the file has opened successfully, but but what is there in the file, we cannot see it. By the way, if you are opening a file, we also need to close the file so that it does not get corrupted by the system. So it's a good practice when you open it, then and there you need to close it as well. So for closing, simply you need to do file dot close, and this will close the file. Okay, now we need to see that what is there in the file. Okay, so let's do something. This was the very generic one. Now let's do let's use the with statement, okay, to open the file. I'm just commenting this down and going to the next line. So with open, actually with open is useful in case of manipulating files. It is used where we would be like executing it in between the block of code. So mostly the advantage would be that we can completely put it inside the nested blocks. Okay, now it also automatically closes the file if you write down with. So you do not have to write that extra line file.close again. Okay, so that's the reason if you use with, it's very beneficial. So with open file dot text in the read mode as F. Just not to write too much, that's why. Data, whatever data is present inside, I'm storing whatever is present inside the file, I'm storing it in data. F dot read. I am trying to make it read. Okay. Now next, let's print data. And let's see if it prints anything. Okay. So there you go. I see the mistake. All right, perfect. Now let me just see. My name is Simran is written over here, which was actually present in the file. Okay. All right. So this is how you open and read the file. Now talking about writing the files. Okay. So okay. So we have opened the file. Now actually let me write down another block of code. So new Python file handling 2. Okay. Now in this we will know how to write the files. Again, the same name. File is equal to open file 2 dot text. Now I'll write down a W over here, which will make it an editable file. File dot write will write stuff inside this. So what do I need to write over here? Let's say I'll write we are learning to write in files with the help of Python. Okay, and let's, as I said, we need to close. So file dot close, and let me just try running it. You see, it created a file and it has also written whatever I wrote. That means this is wrong. It will be OF, not PF. All right. So this is how we write in files. After this, what about, let's say, okay, I told you this in this way, right? Where we are opening first and then closing. Now, what's next? Let's say we need to read the lines of the files. Okay. Let me do some editing over here first in front. My name is Simran. I am working with Python. I am a Python IoT IoT developer. I also work with data science. Science. Okay, so I have written I love reading about technology. So I've written 5 sentences about me in file.txt. Okay, so let me just open. Yes, it's there. Now let's do something. Let's read it. Okay, for that I'll create one more Python file, reading files. Okay, so now we are reading the content. File is equal to open we are opening file.txt in the read mode. Content. So we will now read the content of the file dot read line. Let's use read line first and print content. Okay, and let's run it. So it has written the first line for me. Now let's say if I want to write down many more lines, what will I do? Let me just contents and let me make it read lines and I'll print contents. And even this one goes, and let me try running the file. So see, it has created a list over here. If you see, list of all the lines which was written in the file. Okay, this is how we read the lines which is present there. There is also one more operation which we will learn in the next video about files. So that's it for this video.